And once again, we're back for one of my catch-up videos, and this one is on the film Bad Times at the El Royale. Bad Times at the El Royale was written and directed by Drew Goddard, who co-wrote and also directed Cabin in the Woods, a really, really good small horror movie that he co-wrote with Joss Whedon. And if you haven't seen that movie, I swear, you need to. I thought going into it that it was just going to be a throwaway horror movie, but it's actually brilliant. But anyway, I'm rambling. So this movie stars a pretty large cast with notable names like Jeff Bridges, Dakota Johnson, John Hamm, Chris Hemsworth, just to name a couple of them. And it follows the story of these 7 strangers during 1969 who are all staying at a hotel called the El Royale, which is situated right on the border of California and Nevada. And actually, it goes right down the middle, and like one half you're staying in Nevada, and then the other half you're staying in California. And it's funny because the Nevada one has like, a gambling area, and you know, the other one doesn't. It's actually kind of cool, a cool idea for a hotel, if it's real or not. I think I looked at one point and it wasn't, but I don't know how accurate that is. But anyway, this hotel is hiding some dark secrets, and as the movie goes on, we learn that these 7 strangers are hiding some secrets of their own. Now, before I get into my thoughts, I'm going to go ahead and throw out my normal disclaimer. For those of the uninitiated, you know, those who've never seen any of my videos, the way that I break down my thoughts is I do a pro and con section, not section, but lists. And, you know, pretty simple. Pro is everything that I like, and then the cons are everything that are either lacking in quality or I just consider totally bad. And I do try to keep these sections separate, but sometimes I'll use them to transition off of one another. I don't think I'll be doing that today. I'll just be sticking with pros here and cons here. But anyway, there's your disclaimer. Let's go ahead and get into things. First, I'll do the pros. I'll get those out of the way really quickly. Everyone does at least an okay job as far as performances go. Some definitely do better than others, though. And also, the final act is where I had the most fun, and that's because Chris Hemsworth's character showed up, who is a scene stealer, without a doubt. This act was definitely the act that had the most momentum, and that's saying something as we go into the cons, because a lot of the cons are tied to the film not focusing on one aspect for at least 10 minutes or so, and you'll see what I mean. Bad Times at the El Royale had this issue going for it where it would drag, and then it would slowly get interesting, and just before it got to like what felt like the peak of interest, it would transition to another scene, and it would make it hard to become invested in all these characters. And the film was more convoluted than it really needed to be. It utilized the story technique of jumping back and forth between characters, and even doing small time jumps back and forth, and some of these scenes are happening concurrently with each other. And though there are a number of films that use that technique and it works really well, in this film it happened so much that it kind of overstayed its welcome. And the jumping back and forth was made worse when you would experience a scene one way and then you'd see the exact same scene again from a different angle. And I'm not talking about where it shows from a different person's point of view and, you know, they start at the end of the scene. No, it's like they show the entire scene that just happened a few minutes ago. They show the entire thing, but the only difference is that somebody else is looking that way. And it's really, 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 really stupid. And honestly, it can work, but not when it happens multiple times. Once or twice is fine, not 4 or more. And I'm definitely leaning towards the more in this movie because it happened way too much. The back and forth jumping, though, is personally a concept that I love. I mean, there are other directors who tackled it before. Take Tarantino. He has mastered this technique. And he doesn't control the entire section of the film market, but he's at least the biggest presence. And the reason why it works with him is because of his engaging dialogue. Bad Times at the El Royale does not have that. And it's surprising because, again, this is the co-writer and director of Cabin in the Woods, a movie that he created with Joss Whedon. And I know there have been many rumors and theories over the years that since Drew Goddard had not directed a movie since Cabin in the Woods until Bad Times at the El Royale, that maybe Joss Whedon was the true director. And I don't know, after seeing this movie, I actually believe that theory. I do believe that Drew Goddard did not actually direct Cabin in the Woods. It feels much more like a Joss Whedon movie, whether it's the writing primarily or even how it's constructed as a film. But anyway, I'm getting off the topic. Back to my point with Tarantino. There always feels like there's an element of fun with his films, even if it's a very serious tale that he's telling. And it doesn't feel like there's any fun being had in this movie, especially in the first 2 acts, which is another reason why the movie drags and the jumping technique just doesn't work. And those are my thoughts on Bad Times at the El Royale. In the end, the movie is just... it's a film that should have been better. It really should have been better, but it comes across as this pretentious drivel that overstayed its welcome, and I would not sit through it again. Even if I think about it, I want my wife to sit me down, tie me up, sit me down in front of a TV and make me watch something like Pulp Fiction instead. And with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my review. If you did enjoy the video, please don't hesitate to hit that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with everything that's going on in the channel. Also, don't forget to go down in the comments section and, you know, just give me your thoughts. I enjoy listening to what you guys think about the movies and topics that, that we talk about on my videos. But all that's left to do now is just to say farewell until the next video, all you casual moviegoers and movie fans alike, and keep on being awesome.